Now, when you think about it, Brian Grant's time wasn't that long with the Lakers, spending just one season with the purple and gold after he was included in that Shaquille O'Neal trade. But he says it's Laker fans that recognize him the most around the world. Ben Lyons caught up with the big man to talk about his time with the purple and gold and how he's using his greatest challenge to help others.
Legends, sponsored by CallJacob.com.
Take me back to that day when you were traded for Shaquille O'Neal. Where were you and how'd you find the news?
Well, I was here in Georgetown, Ohio at my mom's house, mom and dad, and it came across the news that Shaq wanted to leave, and the two teams that he was looking at were Miami and Dallas. I remember I saw that, I went outside and told my wife, we might as well go start packing because we're getting traded to LA. And she was like, no, there's so many different guys. Riley loves you, he wouldn't trade you. And I'm like, it makes sense. There's one thing to love and respect somebody, but then there's the business end of it. And that, by that point, I understood it. And I knew that, you know, if you had to pick between Dallas and Miami, I'm probably going to take Miami.
A little bit different, I would imagine, that 1 year in Los Angeles compared to some of your other stops in the league. What makes being a Laker so special?
Well, I can tell you what made it kind of hard to go there was, you know, I kept thinking about that game in 2000, you know, seventh game and losing that. I think anybody that played on the Blazers back then, if you bring it up, it's just like a little streak goes down because you know that it's so hard to win a championship. And we had our opportunity, if we could have just closed it out, to have an opportunity to play in the finals. And we couldn't do it, and they did it. And, you know, when I went there, they had a new coach. It was a rebuilding process. I knew we probably weren't going to be very good, but the one positive was getting to know Kobe. You know, it's like I played with guys who were all-stars, really great players, good players, but this was a great player. And I got a chance to see that firsthand in the way he approached the game. And it made total sense once you were around him why he was so good.
Are there certain things that you've taken from that time you spent with Kobe that you're now able to apply to your life after basketball?
Yeah, I mean, to have a focus and realize if there's something that you want, then it's not going, most of the times it's not going to be given to you. You got to go out there and make it happen or take it. And that's what he did every day. I mean, he was the first one in practice, last one to leave. I was very impressed by that. And then he impressed me with his strength. One day we were doing lap pull downs and I left 4 plates on and did it twice. Maybe struggled on the second one. He comes along and says, that's pretty heavy. Can I try? Puts the pin at the bottom and does 5 of them and looks up at me and I said, good job, Kobe. Just walked off. I will say this about being a Laker. I played 1 season, and I think it was the worst season that the organization had had in years. And so I didn't think anybody took notice, but like when I was over in Europe after I retired with my wife, my first wife, you know, people would come, NBA, and I thought they would say Portland or Miami. Almost every time it was the Lakers. I mean, there are Lakers fans across this globe, and they are diehard, regardless whether you had a bad year or not.
In 2008, a doctor told Brian that he had early onset Parkinson's disease at the age of 36. He's now written a new book, Rebound, sharing his story battling the disease.
I didn't want to tell the story that everybody already knew. You know, the good things that had happened, the J. Walter Kennedy Award. I wanted to tell the entire story so that not only myself, but other people, whether you have Parkinson's or not, you know, you're going to go through ups and downs. This is how you bounce back from them. And being able to be here with, you know, the Parkinson's community and doing what we're doing for one another has been just a big part of my life. Second half of my life, I should say.
What's it been like to connect with the basketball community? Who are some of the people who, you know, you've been able to lean on for support throughout this process?
There were people that picked up the phone that surprised the heck out of me, and that was, you know, Karl Malone. You know, if this is Karl, say, man, I heard you're having some trouble and I want to help. I said, let's do a fishing trip. And we auctioned off a fishing trip for over $100,000 for one item. I mean, it was incredible. It gave me an opportunity to, you know, get to know him a little bit. Also gave me an opportunity to show me how loyal people from Portland are, because he was at the like bar recreational area of the place. I walk in, he's surrounded by 3 guys, and he goes, there, will y'all tell him that we're friends now? Will you tell them we're friends now? And they turn around and go, Bill, Oregon City, Gus, Milwaukee, Tim, Milwaukee. I go, no, we're good, man. We just made $100,000. He said, tapped him on the shoulder and walked off. It was crazy.
Oh, that's absolutely wonderful. But they weren't friends when they were going nose to nose.
Oh, no.
There.
Oh, no. That was his job, too, to get after people. And Brian Grant, good job by Ben Lyon there, getting so many stories out of there.
Thanks for watching Legends on SportsCentral. The law offices of Jacob Emrani are proud to support the team who built the basketball dynasty here in Los Angeles. The legendary team at calljacob.com are here for you 24/7.